Wendy stepped up to the podium and let us know she spoke to Rico on a regular, and she is absolutely surprised his actions, and she spoke to him after the storm, and the story he is giving is not the one she gave him. She said Rico never shopped for food, he always ate out, and only kept cold cuts in his fridge because he ate at Carmen's house every day.
I just want to say that I used to talk to Rico on a regular basis, so a lot of the stuff I'm hearing is very disturbing. And I met Carmen, Chef Carmen, back in when we went to the meet and greet in October on the Carnival ship. And I was telling her, hey, I've been seeing you guys on live. I think Rico needs a friend. And I just tried to befriend him, just as a friend. And he confided to me in a lot of things, but he never said that he was being mistreated. He never said that he was being underpaid or anything. He appeared to be so happy, you know, in the environment he was in. And I'm just so hurt that he would do Carmen like this and Tay. And he told me how they have been more than family to him. And, he said so many things in our conversation. But during the storm, I did reach out to him because I saw it on the live that it was a storm there. And I said, hey, Rico, I texted him and I said, hey, are you and Tay okay? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at my phone now, and this was on May 17th. That was a Friday. I said, praying you and Tay are okay. I'm just watching the live and realized there was storm.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I'm okay. That's how he responded. That was on the next day, which was the 18th on a Saturday. And then he went on to say, I said, did you and Tay power come back on? This is how I text him. And he texts back the next day, which is weird. Like anytime I text Rico, he's going to text me right back. And
Mm-hmm.
like I was telling Chef, his whole pattern of the way he did things started to change. Um, and I was like, well, maybe he got a woman or something. Not that I was trying to be his woman. I was just trying to be his friend. But I thought it was weird that if I text you, like if I text him, like say now, he'll text me right back in like 15 minutes at the most, sometimes before that.
You're
So
right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
so his whole pattern of everything he did just seemed like it started to change with me. And we never had any words, anything. He always seemed like he enjoyed the conversation when we're on the phone, because I really didn't think he could conversate like he, did when he was on the phone with me, because he
Right.
always seemed so quiet, on the live. But he would talk and everything, and he never, like I said, expressed anything that was going on with him and Tay. He would always say, oh, Tay, I love her, she's like a sister. Carmen, they treat me so well. Da da da. He was always bragging on them. So when I seen his
Mm-hmm.
mess on the live, I was furious, because you've been lying to a whole bunch of people, including myself. And
Wow.
I felt like if you was being mistreated and you and I had developed a friendship, you could have told me that,
A long time
because
ago.
I've been friends with you for a while now. So you didn't feel that comfortable when he told me a lot of stuff about his past. So if you can go back in
Can
the
you give
past and
us
tell,
some examples of what he said about his past now that
he's
we're here?
he said that his mom did not raise him. He said he had an aunt in, I think, in Mississippi or some part in the South that raised him, and she was now, I think, in Atlanta, and that he wanted to go back and see her. So when Chef and Tay went on a trip to, I think, to see Tay's grandmother for Thanksgiving, I said, hey, well, why don't you go visit your aunt? Because he said he didn't fly. I said, well, you can take a bus. And, they're going to be gone for a few days. You can go visit your aunt, and then, that way you can see her, because he said he wanted to see her. By the time Chef and they'll come back, you'll be back. Oh no, I don't want to travel. He was always scared to travel, and he kept saying about the plane. I'm like, you could take a bus, you could take, a train, whatever. And then I find out this man don't even travel when he's supposed to. But then
Mm-hmm.
you tell me you're out of town. So during this conversation, like I said in May, when that storm came, he even texted me again that Sunday, and he said, I asked him, did the power come back on? He go, Taze came on. He says, I'm still out of town. I won't know until tonight. So that was on May 19th. So he had me thinking he was coming back. And then I said, what made you go out of town? Because I thought that was weird, because we always talking about traveling, but he never wanted to travel. Like I told him, why don't you come to Chef's birthday party for the cruise? He first told me he was going to come. Then he was like, no, I'm not going to come because I'm scared to fly. And then, like when we went somewhere else, like we went October, well, that was the meet and greet. He that's when I met Chef. The next time we went on we went a cruise in March. That was her birthday. That's when he said he was going to come, and he didn't come. Then he told me, okay, I'm going to go on the next one. The next one, why is it always the next one? Even when I would see them doing stuff online, hey, I see they went to a game. Why don't you go to the game with them just to get them out the house? You didn't want to do nothing. But then this woman comes to town, or whatever this mess y'all and cocked up. Now you doing everything. I was so pissed this weekend. I see him bowling. Excuse me. I see him going to a game room. Well, why you couldn't do this stuff in Houston? They got those things in Houston.
Absolutely.
He's full of crap. I'm telling you. I'm furious with him, because I feel like you have lied to everybody. You have deceived the chef. She's been taking care of you all these years. You owe that lady loyalty if you don't owe her nothing else.
Have you
You
tried
owe
to
her loyalty. Ain't nowhere in the world I'll be showing nobody my phone and letting them do all this stuff that they're doing. They out of control. All of them. They're out of control. Especially him. And he's so darn disrespectful. It just makes no sense. Now, why are you telling me all this stuff about Carmen? They treat you so good. Tay, you love her. But you go and betray these people?
And you're saying he had this communication with you, as far they treat him so good and all that, within the last couple of months, or
Yes. Since we came back from the meet and greet in October of last year, when Chef Carmen had her meet and greet on the Carnival cruise. That's when I met Chef, and we was talking, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna hook you up with Rico. You can, be a friend of him and whatever. So you've been telling me that since October, and he always, every conversation I talk to him, he always telling me how good they are to him. So I'm just really confused as to how these people were so good to you, but you gonna get on live and say the total opposite.
Wow.
When I tell you I am furious with this man, I am furious because I feel like you have lived a lie.
Wow.
You understand? I feel like you have lived a freaking lie.
Now that's crazy.
Yeah, it's very crazy.
That's crazy.
Now,
so let me ask you this. Is it Angelia?
yes.
So I just want to ask, so over the past couple of days when it's been transpiring, like, were you saying it's a lot of noise? Were you saying like you weren't gonna say anything? Were you contemplating on if you were gonna say something?
Say something about what?
About what's going on with? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, they know how I feel about this, and I've been watching the lives with you guys and stuff like that. And like I said, tonight I saw somebody who's like, I wish you could have came on the live. And I'm like, well, I didn't want to come on with my hair, but then I figured out a way I could put a picture up here. And people need to know that he is lying.
It's all right.
People know he is lying. Hey, Anitra. But yeah, people need to know that he is telling a lie. And he want to say he got receipts. I got some receipts too, Rico. I got receipts in my phone that show that you are lying, telling me you doing well during the storm, and that y'all lights coming, Tay's coming back on, and you coming back tomorrow. You will know. So you just told a bold-faced lie to the world, because I got these receipts I could show on my phone.